All right, we're back at Westwood. I'm here with Dhrumil, and he's going to tell us about his programming project. So tell me about your app.
So I made an app for dealing with like leftover food from restaurants, especially North America.
Cool.
So essentially what it does, it uses something called a dynamic pricing model. And that just means like based on the time of the day, when you have sort of high demand and low demand times, it provides a specific discount. And near the end of the day, it'll provide drastic discounts on food that they would, throw away. So by doing this, restaurants sort of add a new revenue stream because now they're not throwing away food. They make more money in total because of the algorithm. And if you're a user or a customer, you actually can get a discount from 15 to 80% depending on what time of the day you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you, so that's the thoughts behind the app.
Yeah.
How did you actually create the app?
So right now it's only for Apple, so for the App Store, and I created using a language called Swift, which is like a native language.
Do you actually have the code? Can we take a look?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Swift. I've been, oh, you can stay there and just show us this on the computer. Very cool. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit. We're looking at some of your Swift code. So Swift 3 or Swift 4?
Swift 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you first start using Swift?
This summer.
This summer?
Yeah.
And that quick? You have it? I think your teacher disagrees with you.
Yeah.
From February.
I learned it at school, and then but I started like the first project in the summer.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And with Xcode, it's really easy? Or did you just use something else?
Well, with Xcode, it's like that's a compiler. Okay. But it's they make it very intuitive and easy to learn. Yeah. But even the code itself, once you sort of learn sort of the logic behind it, it's pretty easy to pick up.
I'm trying to learn Swift 4 myself. So, did you use any open source stuff, or did you grab samples of code anywhere, anything like that?
So I used a few libraries to create like, because I'm using different maps and stuff.
Very neat. So is this running in an emulator?
Well, so this is sort of just like,
just a layout.
It just looks cool for the camera, to be honest.
Very neat.
But I do have an emulator, which is right here. So essentially you have, these are just default images because it's not in a database. Yeah. But you have sort of the meal view, which is, so a big problem with getting these vendors on board is often they won't know exactly what food they'll have left over near the end of the day. Yeah. So by having meals, it makes it easier because you don't have to sort of put the items, you can just put that you'll have a meal available. And users can sort of go to restaurants that they know from personal experience, which one they trust.
Okay.
But you also have a food view, which releases actual menu items.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you click it.
Oh, there you go. All right. It's running in an emulator. You compiled that quick? Didn't take long?
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very neat.
So you click it, it expands, you get the map, you can pick how much meals you want, and it gives you a total amount you're going to spend. And then you click next, and then you have a timer to go pick up that food.
Okay, otherwise somebody else gets it.
Well, yeah, because it's a meal.
Right.
Well, yeah, so but the thing is, before you put this on the App Store, you have to get something called like these entitlement certificates. And anytime you're dealing with something that has like in-app transactions, such as this one would, because it's dealing with restaurants, you gotta sign them on first.
Right. Okay.
Right. So the thing is, that just happened recently. We got our first base in University of Calgary.
Okay.
So right now it's in the process of being published to the App Store.
And you know what? We didn't even say what the name of the app was.
Trophy. Trofi.
Okay, we'll look for it soon.
Yeah.
So tell me about learning Swift with examples and how you did that.
So the best way I found for learning Swift is if you just directly go into looking at the code, it can get a bit confusing because you don't know necessarily why you're doing things or why you're writing stuff.
Right.
So I found it best when you take a few popular apps and you work on cloning them.
Right.
So you kind of know what you're working towards, and there's a lot of examples and tutorials online for those apps.
Right.
So you can sort of go through the motions, and then when it comes time to make your own app, you sort of know what the process is. So I made a clone of Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then you just found some code online that...
Yeah, that sort of like gives tutorials and helps you out while making Instagram. You can go to something called Make School Online Academy. They have a few tutorials. And if you just want to see, like, if you don't want to make it, but you want to sort of look over the code, you can just go on GitHub. And they make a lot of clones there.
Lots of examples.
Yeah.